So, a high school student in New Jersey gets accepted to Stanford University to his surprise, and he answers the question on the application, "What matters to you and why?" He answers it by writing 100 times without explanation, "Black Lives Matter." Ziad Ahmed, himself not black, but in solidarity with many blacks who are Muslims, wrote that answer and said that he was pleased to see that Stanford looked at his unapologetic activism as an asset rather than a liability. Hey, let Stanford do what they want. They have high academic standards, and if they saw something they liked in this kid and felt to have him on, fine. And I remember when I was taking geometry in junior high that our geometry teacher told us that his brother, in a philosophy exam, either in college or grad school, answered the question why, after wrestling with it for an hour, answered with why not, and was given an A by his professor. May I dare say that things like this are one and done? In other words, that what this student did in a philosophy class by saying why not to the why question, you can do that once, but thereafter those kind of answers won't cut it. Can I suggest the same thing with this young man? And I trust he understands that. For whatever reason, he said, this is what matters to me, and I'm just going to say it. And they liked enough about him to admit him to Stanford. Maybe his academic qualifications were real strong in other ways. But when you sit down for a test and you've got to answer an essay, you are not going to be able to write the same thing out 100 times, and that's your answer. When you go to get a job and someone wants to interview on that job and they want to get into specifics and details, you will not be able to give that same answer. When you are building a relationship with someone as potentially your spouse for life, and you sit down together and you begin to talk over the months about what matters to you and why, you're not going to be able to just say Black Lives Matter, or White Lives Matter, or White Lives Matter, or blue, or whatever it is that you say. You've got to articulate it and flesh it out. So, yeah, this is interesting. Yes, it is news getting. It gets attention, obviously unexpected attention for this young man. But if that's all you can say, if you're just going to live in the Twitter generation, because this was actually hashtag Black Lives Matter, if you think all you can do is tweet sound bites, it will not cut it. Just a word of wisdom.